Hello everybody, my name's James. Welcome to the Planet FPL Gameweek 17 Deadline stream, and it's live. Apologies for being slightly late. I am multitasking on important team news for this evening. Patrons, a few of you really need to check the message I've just put in Slack on the FPL channel. Please go and check that. I'm also multitasking because I need to fix my team for a different fantasy game. Right, I wildcarded last week. It didn't go too badly, 72 points or so. I have taken a -4 hit. Ronaldo is gone. The Brentford backup goalkeeper is gone. I have bought Daniel Backman and Ollie Watkins, and I don't know how long they're staying for, but I presume they'll make me back. The appearance points will make up the hit in any case. Sorry, I'm really trying to do two things at once. Captaincy is a really close call this week, so I've put all top 10 of my favourite picks in order on the screen, which includes Ollie Watkins in 5th. He's not actually meant to be there, but fuck it, he can stay there because it doesn't matter. I'm vice captain Ollie Watkins, and may I recommend that everybody vice captain someone who's playing tonight, because Thursday's a long way away. I've seen people say, James, what do you reckon about triple captain Mo Salah? I reckon that, come on. I reckon that that's a bad idea, because Thursday's a long way away and football might get shut down really quickly, which is sad, but it might be what happens. So, yeah, listen, don't be vice-captain Jota, Mane, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Romelu Lukaku, Jamie Vardy. I mean, if you want to captain one of them over Mo Salah and vice-captain like Watkins or Bernardo or KDB, whatever, Cancelo's suspended, knock yourselves out. But I'd really go with someone who's playing tonight. Right, left-hand side of the screen, you'll see my correct score predictions for this week. I'm just bantering Newcastle fans, really. No, I actually think if they rock up at Anfield with a 4-4-2, they'll get absolutely destroyed. Oh my God, I'm in so much trouble. Right, sorry. I need to fix a slightly different fantasy problem I've got. Benching dilemmas. Right, let's do that quickly for you. And I'll try and multitask while I answer questions. Sorry, the midweek deadlines absolutely bloody kill me, I'm afraid. Right, let's do it. Let's do benching dilemmas. Page 1 should be on the screen for you now. That's Antonio over King, over Wilson, over Bowen, over Breuer. Page 2 on the screen for you now. This is below me. The player with the tick is who I'd prefer you to play. Breuer over Smith Rowe, Smith Rowe over Rafinha, Rafinha over Hwang, Hwang over Damari Gray. Page 3 is Damari Gray over Gay, Gay over White, White over Region, Region over Douglas Luiz. Page 4 is Douglas Luiz over Bissouma, Bissouma over Williams, Williams over Amati, Amati over Brownhill, and the keepers on page 5 is Martinez over Sanchez, over Gator, over Ramsdale, over Daniel Backman. Below me on the screen, you'll also see, this is not going well for me. You'll also see the form for the next 5 fixtures, but that'll probably change order anyway. I'm only kidding. Let's stick together, guys. Let's be safe and all that shit. Please check the graphics before submitting a question. Let's get into it. Mohammed Cameras says, hello, James. Happy birthday late. Best wishes. Looking forward to the stream. Good luck for this game week. Thank you for your work. Thank you, mate. Much appreciate that. Austin Laley says, would you rather bring in Gallagher or Foden for a -4 this week? Ooh, good one. I really think Conor Gallagher will return. The intel seems to suggest that what's his face? Foden will be playing this evening. Man, do you know what? Over this period, Gallagher, they've got really good fixtures actually. So I'm gonna say Conor Gallagher. Garlic25 says, evening James. Hope you had a good birthday. Which you prefer? Ronaldo, Watkins, Tony, Antonio. Hang on, whoa. Ronaldo, Watkins, Tony, Antonio, Sissoko, Foden, Bilva, or Tony. Jack, man, what the fuck? Ronaldo, Watkins, or is this Ronaldo to Watkins, Tony to Antonio, Sissoko to Foden or Bilva, or Tony to Watkins, Dallo, Cash, Tierney, hold Ronaldo. Jack, I'm so sorry, mate. I love you to bits, but I'm really not sure what you're asking me there. But my priority would be, yeah, go Ollie Watkins. Great. Get Ollie Watkins. I'm sorry, I don't understand the question, mate. Mike Hassey says, hi, bringing King or Dennis? At the moment, the way he played on Friday night, it'd be Dennis through the middle. FPL Invincible, hi, James. I have one free transfer, 4.3 million in the bank. I think about selling Johnson to Gehi. The other move I would have considered was moving Wilson to Watkins. But with that move, if Livramento is bench, I will have 10 players. I'd do both, mate. -4. Callum Wilson, you're going to want to get rid of anyway, right? Do you think Ollie Watkins outscores Callum Wilson by 4 points over the next 2? I would say yes. I'd consider doing both. If you want to feel comfortable about having the playing players and have the upside, honestly, I'd take the -4. Ayub says there's going to be loads of people taking hits again. Ayub says, is Gallagher to Mbumo for a hit and bench Ronaldo a good move? I will assume, Ayub, that you're on a wind-up. Or did you mean Mbumo to Gallagher and bench Ronaldo? You could bench Ronaldo. Hamish Holmes says, afternoon, Chief. Who would you prefer to buy from Foden, Bernardo, or Gallagher? Feels like a tight call. Right now, if I could have gone again, Gallagher. I really think he returns against Southampton this week. So that's where I'd have gone. A lot cheaper. The other two are great assets as well. If you've got a preference for them, I don't mind it. FPL Dougal says, evening, Jimbo. Another cheeky -8 for you. Would you do Cornet, Norman and Ronaldo to Foden, Gallagher and Watkins? This would leave me with Josh King and Jacob Ramsey as the two on my bench. Yes, I would, mate. Absolutely. TJ Powell says, evening, James. Another fun week in FPL. Reminder to everyone, be nice to each other, be safe and enjoy the fact we're alive. Also, shout out to the patron. 36p per podcast at Intermediate. Fuck off, TJ. It's about 13p this month, mate. I appreciate it, but it's normally about 36p a podcast, I think. Is about right. But you get it a lot cheaper this month, don't you? If you're on basic tier, obviously. Smash a like, guys, if you're in the stream and you think James is being a bit scatty today. It's because I'm trying to sort something out with my team. Not the FPL team, a different team. But yeah, sign up to Patreon, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Carl Winfield says, hi James, hope all is well. I'm looking at -4 to sell Ronaldo and Mbumo to bring in Watkins and the City midfielder. I'm currently favouring Sterling, but wondered which you preferred and why. I can't justify the money in Sterling. That's my general opinion on that. It's not a personal against him. I think it's too much money when you've got Foden and Bernardo sitting there, great assets as well. Can't particularly justify it. Oh, why did Cancelo have to be suspended this week? Right, you've got to go. Make changes, James. Andrew Jarvis, would you prefer vice captain Rafinha, my only player tonight, or Dennis tomorrow? Good luck with the game week. Christ. Dennis your best option tomorrow as well. I go Dennis. Zaris says, what should I do with Son and Region? Already have Jota and Bernardo. Smash the like button and subscribe if you are new. It will help James. Greetings from Greece, my friend. Smash both of them two out of your team, mate. Like, don't even think twice about it. FTLOL podcast says, evening James, Livramento to Diaz worth a -4. Blocks getting Antonio or Cancelo next week without another hit. Difficult to say. I don't know the rest of your team, mate. We'll stay at your bench. I'm inclined to say no. What No Graphics says, hello James. How many people do you think will play their bench boost this week? That's a good one. I like that one. Right, remove you. Give me a keeper suggestion. No, really don't give me a keeper suggestion. TJ says, one question, James. Missed the Patreon stream earlier and assuming you talked about this, but would you go Ronaldo to Watkins for -4 or leave it? Took a -12 last week, so feeling nervy about hits. I've basically just done it myself, my friend, so yes. Tom Johnson says, evening, James. Happy belated birthday to the best FPL content creator out there. Oh, shucks. Cheers, mate. What do you reckon to a -4 for Watkins and Bernardo? Can't stretch to Sterling. Already got Phil. Cheers. Are you selling, mate? But yeah, it sounds pretty good, mate. Andrew Grondin, remember, folks, James prefers if you ignore FPL captain's graphics and ask questions. His answers on the screen. But if you ask all in caps, send questions 3-5 times so they aren't missed. Don't do that because you just get permanently muted. Alex Abdella says, hi James, thoughts on downgrading Ronaldo to Watkins, Dennis, and doing Benrahma to Sterling and making him vice? Guys, let me make this real clear. I've moved Ronaldo to Watkins and I've done it as part of a -4. If you're asking me about downgrading Ronaldo to Watkins, I'm going to say yes. Feel free to delete your questions. Not what Andrew said. Mayar says, bring in Watkins for Wilson now or roll. And Ronaldo and Brian next game week for Wilson and Antonio. Cheers, James. Make the move now, mate. I don't think there can be too much thinking in the future at this moment, mate, when it's a close call like that. Make the move that's best for now. Hamish Holmes says, Sky question. Hamish, I have no idea what I'm doing in Sky. Who are you captaining tonight? I think I'm going Diaz over Rafinha. Oh, crap. Bernardo Silva, probably. I've got Bernardo Silva on the port. It's probably going to be Bernardo Silva. James. Hello, James. This is from James. It says, hello, James. To cover for David De Gea, would you pick Gator or Edison? For me, Edison's too much for a keeper. Too much. 6 points, 6 points. It's a bit shit. I'm not really keen on that at all. So I'm going to say Gator, which has made me really hover over buying him in this other game, which I don't really want to do. He's what price? I'm not paying that for him. Do you know what? I will buy Gator. Fuck it. Ola Stamos says, Ollie Watkins to Hall tonight. Why not? Yeah, exactly. Dragan says, hi, James. Best fourth defender alongside 3 premiums and Livramento up to 5.1 million. I'm going to say Kieran Tierney, but I know that upsets people. Atul Balaji said, did you have a nice poo? I did not have time for even for the shit, mate. Walnut says, what to do with De Gea and is it worth benching Ronaldo? De Gea I'm keeping. I've got Backman in because I think Manchester United and Brighton will go ahead on Saturday as long as Brighton don't suffer bad COVIDs. Brighton are in a worse COVID situation than Man United. That's the irony of this. Having looked into all the detail today and all the rumours, it appears that Brighton are in a worse position than Manchester United. But Brighton haven't asked for a postponement and Manchester United did. And that appears to be what the difference is. The Brighton and Wolves could still get postponed tomorrow, by the way. If they have like bad tests tonight or tomorrow morning, I wouldn't be surprised if that game still ends up getting postponed. What to do with them though? I mean, yeah, you can bench Ronaldo if you know you definitely want him. It's okay. It depends on the rest of your squad, right? It's not that straightforward. If you're sitting there with like Brownhill and Amati and some other piece of shit on the bench, then like, yeah, you need to sell Ronaldo. If you've got a nice bench cover, then you can keep him for a week because the chances are you may want to buy him back anyway. Part of the reason for me moving him is I'm a bit cold on the idea. I kind of like the idea of what I've done, that I can now move Dennis or King on Saturday to Antonio and move Livramento or Dallo up to a more powerful defender, and then it becomes a really strong squad. And let's face it, I'm not going to captain Ronaldo at the moment. And I can get him back. I'm getting back when I'm -4 out Mo Salah when he goes to AFCON. Imagine that, selling Mo Salah at a -4. Adit says, hey James, thinking of going triple captain Salah for this one. Listen to the first couple of minutes, mate. Sahar Sufi says, prioritise Foden or Emil Smith-Rowe or Watkins for Davis. Or Foden for Smith-Rowe or Watkins for Davis. Well, Smith-Rowe you might get some minutes out of. Although I have a suspicion he might get left out again. Just because Martinelli's done okay. So Watkins over Davis. But you'll get something out of Smith-Rowe. You probably won't get nothing out of Davis. And you might need that bench 1 pointer or more this week. Dragon says Rafinha to Foden from -4. If not, likely doing Rafinha to Bowen for 3 next week. If no issues already arise. I'd prefer the 3 actually. Yeah. 1M, 1 go. Any chance of other games being called off this week? I've just spoken about Brighton Wolves. At the moment, it looks like Leicester Tottenham will probably be okay. Listen, anything could get called off. The games tonight are going to happen now. City against Leeds, Norwich and Villa. In theory, anything else could get postponed. If you have an outbreak of COVID, that's it. Bang, like that. On Sunday evening, it was Manchester United got a problem, and within half hour, it was Manchester United's game's probably going to be off. And that's how it will be if it spreads somewhere else. Sorry, I know it's not what anyone wants to hear, but that's the reality of what I think I should tell you. Hamish Holmes says, are players instructed to regularly blow their nostrils clear during a game? Seems to be quite a common practice. Footballers, for whatever reason, mate, have unfortunately always done that. Right, what can... let's go to max price. Let's go to affordable. That's a bit... Oh, I could get Conor Gallagher. Just do that, James. Don't overthink it. And then let's crack on and play ball, right? No. You're not available. Swap with, yeah. Done. Update. Confirm. Oh, bollocks. You would have thought I'd have got this sorted by now, wouldn't you? This is not my FPL team, by the way. Josh says, hi, James. Emil Smith-Rowe to Gallagher, Bowen for a hit. I still don't think that's... Even though I think he could get left out, I don't think that's the right call, personally. I don't think that's right. Nah. Will Jones says, I mean, you could wait for Bowen on Saturday. I think that's a better play. Will Jones says, hi James, hope you're okay, mate. Who would you start, Region or Pookie? Keep up the great content. Yeah, you'd know me, mate. Let's start the forward, don't I? It's fairly obvious. Oh, I need to make another transfer here, don't I? Oh, I can't be bothered. I'll just go with 10. It's a nightmare. Who should I have as Vice? Who's playing tonight? Him. He can be Vice. Shifo says, it doesn't help when I have 7 out of then Smith-Rowe, Livra not predicted to start. I think I have to free hit. I'm assuming 3 times Liverpool and City and Lukaku and Gallagher obvious. Who else would you add? I would not. I've on the other stream I just said this to my friend. I would not free hit. Really would not free hit. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. If you lose a game, it's disaster. It's disaster. I'm afraid that Thursday is too far away right now to be free hitting into them players. I cannot go with it, mate. I would really rather you took a -12, my friend, and suffered the pain of a red arrow this week and held that chip in your pocket. Unless, like I said, you really think you're looking at kind of 30 plus points difference between the two teams. Really, 30 plus. You're still probably going to captain the same player in both of the two teams. Not keen, mate. Zaris says, I'm trying every time to comment first, but I can't. Your fans are crazy. I don't have no fans, mate. I have Livramento, Region and Cancelo. Any thoughts for a defender? Region to Tierney. You want to save some money, maybe a Palace defender. Gahey would be pretty locked at the moment. Tyreek Mitchell, okay. Villa I'm not keen on at the moment. So maybe Palace if cheap. I don't even mind Burnley, like Matt Lowton. Even if you want to go cheap, I'd move Region on, mate. That would be the priority one. Keep Cancelo. Owen Boyd says, afternoon, James. I'm wanting to transfer out Rafinha to either Sterling or Foden. Who do you reckon? Also, best striker option to place Wilson. I have Antonio and King already. It's going to get real repetitive here. So, Foden for the first part, the answer. Ollie Watkins for the second part. Steve Orton. Is it worth a -4 for extra coverage if you have two Man United players, De Gea and Rashford, and a non-playing goalkeeper? Desperate to keep Rashford? Depends. Again, Steve, what's your bench? What's your bench? It's almost impossible for me to answer. If your bench is good, no. If your bench is shit, yes. Andrew Grondin says, James, should those of us in good position to roll the transfer this week just really be smug and sufferable about it? Just roll that transfer. I swear, any week over this December period that people can roll the transfer, should roll the transfer. Greg Simpson says, hi, James. Lit the transfer out. Region, no hit with 5.6 million budget. Thinking Villa defender. Which one is your favourite? Matty Cash. But I think it's too expensive. So, Consa. It's boring, isn't it? Ivan says, evening, James. Major dilemma. Do I do A, Rafinha and Dallo to Target and Foden, or Cash and Bernardo? Cash and Bernardo would be the preference for -4. Or do I just keep Rafinha without hit and buy Target or Cash? Thank you. Good luck. I understand there's an Aston Villa left back. A young Aston Villa left back's been called up to the Villa squad, which suggests there might be a problem with one of Target or Ashley Young. So I wouldn't go down that route. So if you're going down that route, please go Matty Cash. I'm not saying that Target's unavailable. I'm saying that I've heard that a young Aston Villa left back's been called up to their squad. Stefan B says, hi, what do you think of Alonso and Mbumo to Target and Gallagher? Oh my God. -4 is a long-term move. Not Target, mate. Or Brownhill to Ramsey to get 11 players out. Yeah, go get Ramsey, mate. I don't mind if Ramsey lands in my team this week. Dan says, what's your gut instinct on Lukaku this week? Start or bench? I think he starts. I think it's a good fixture for him to start. That would be my instinct on that. That Everton are just not in a good place. That's a good fixture for him to start. He's absolutely fine. I think he will. Right, I think I'm good and safe. Svensson Stan says, evening, James. Hope was well. Non-FPL question. What is your opinion on Rose and Sissoko's performance for Watford? Danny Rose didn't play the last game, so I'm not going to pick on him anymore. Sissoko, I think, has done alright for Watford, actually. I think he's done alright. Danny Rose is going to be third choice left back. Adam Messina's back in training, could be available for the game tomorrow. I think Ngakia would be above him now. Unfortunately, it's end of the road for Danny, but got so much love for him. Elron Cupboard, how do you feel about Lacazette? Fucking hate him, plays for Arsenal. Ollie Blake says, hi, James. Any preference on Antonio versus Watkins? Right now, Watkins. Saturday, probably Antonio. Subject to how he looks after tomorrow night, though. I don't think it's a certainty he'll play Norwich. It's fairly certain Watkins will play the next two, even if he ends up out wide. Mies Dost. Ronaldo to Antonio Lacazette for a -4. What's your bench? If your bench is good, Antonio for free at the weekend. Bloomer Caldera, Planet FPL, James Linden lost your FPL Cup match by just 1 point. I know! Extra time goal by Conor Gallagher was the reason. I know. And we was doing our Patreon podcast on Monday, and we generally didn't know if we'd gone through in the cup or not. So it was like, you got 72 points. You must have gone through. And then I found out, and you can imagine like the devastation was so bad that the tears, it was just uncontrollable. I couldn't stop the tears from running down my face, the fact I was out of the FPL Cup. For those that are still in, I want to be humble about it and wish you all the very best of luck for your journey, which will probably ultimately also end in the next couple of weeks. Ilan Melchior says Watkins and Foden or Antonio and Bernardo. Watkins and Bernardo, you don't have to spend the money. Sebo Slicer says, like the video, lads. Yep. Hit the thumb, guys. Nigel Sam says, hi, James. Happy belated birthday and good luck to you this week. Cheers. Foden or Jota in as my free transfer this week for Boomo. Would you take Son out for a hit to get the other? Yeah. Yeah, I moved them both, mate. Yeah, smash that out. -4. The one and only Smith. Afternoon, James. I love a hit. Ronaldo. Inject. Ronaldo, Gundo and Sissoko. Potential 3 points combined. To Bowen. Do you think it'd be that many? We think Gundogan's probably going to be a sub for Man City tonight. To Bowen, Gallagher and Watkins from -8. Advisable or jog on. Cheers, mate. Thing is, though, do you not just maybe want to keep Gundogan for the weekend? Like then Newcastle away and then Leicester, then Brentford. For right now, yeah. But I'm not sure. If you think Bowen will return tonight, fine, -8. Otherwise, I think you're looking at a -4. I think -4. If not, and come back for Bowen would be my advice. I don't think Bowen returns tomorrow night. I shouldn't have got him on wildcard. I should have done what my thinking was, which was get someone else for the 2 weeks. That said, he's in my team now, and I'd want him for the weekend, and it's one less problem I've got to worry about. Nigel Sandwich just done. That's what Blue Macaldera's. Yeah, Suj won. Andy, let's talk. Is still in the cup as well. I mean, well, Andy's the G boy. Joe Burns says Ronaldo for Watkins or Dennis already have King, but FOMO kicking in. Watkins. Blue Macaldera says, thanks, Bloomer. I don't want to know Suj is playing in the next round. I've already told you the devastation is too much for me. Okay, I'll read it if I must. Sujan Sarr versus Hamad Al-Matari of Kuwait in the second round of the FPL Cup. Well, let's all wish Suj the very best of luck. I will be sure to console him on Friday morning. Cyrus Bernard says, hi, James. Best Livramento replacement at 4.4 million or Dalla replacement at 4.6. Here's the thing, my friend. I got both of them, and I can't figure out that answer because you need 0.1 more for Kieran Tierney. Now, I could have done it, but I would not for a -4. For free, see, what I would want cheaper is Shane Duffy, and he's unavailable, suspended, and then he might not have a game at the weekend if they suffer more COVID issues. 4.6. I mean, what are we doing? Are we moving to a Palace defender or something? I think it's all right, mate. Leave it. I mean, I could say Issa Diop at West Ham, but it's not a good fixture this week, is it? Lowton? Nah, I'd leave it be, mate. Leave it be. You might be in a better position at the weekend. George Nibb says, bring in one of Rudiger or Alonso. If it were me, it'd be Alonso because I'd be paying to get Rudiger back. But I think Rudiger is probably the right answer. JT says, afternoon, James. Best De Gea replacement and for how long? Gator 1 week. This is why I've got Batman. It's like, do you know what? I should have got Batman on the wild card as well. I should have sacrificed something else, be it Reece James or Bernardo or something else, and gone, I know I need during this period, and I couldn't have foreseen this happening. I know I need something stronger for this period in December in terms of bench cover. It wasn't impossible that Dean Henderson might get a game anyway. You don't really want to sell De Gea, do you? You make that choice to get De Gea. Think of it like this, right? This is Sky mentality now. Let's say United lost 2-1 and De Gea got booked for bringing someone down for a penalty. 0-pointer. Okay, so he's getting a 0-pointer. Move on to the next week. Just think of it like that. And ask yourself, do you really want to buy someone else when you're already saying you want to get him back? I'd probably suck it up and let it go, to be honest. I think as it stands, United Brighton on Saturday will go ahead, dependent on Brighton, not dependent on Manchester United. JT says, afternoon, James. That's what we've just done. Sam Taylor, evening, James. Ronaldo to Watkins for free gives a full 11 with Liver and Brownhill on the bench. Could swap Brownhill to Foden Bernardo for -4 and bench King Bowen. Thoughts? Yeah, -4. I'd be tempted to bench Bowen this week, actually. Zaris says, do you think Livramento's son and Region will start? Sorry for too many questions, but its game is a mess. It's all right, mate. Son, no. Livramento, I think no, but it's a personal opinion. It's dependent on his gash leg, so I don't know the state of that. Reguilon, I've got no information on, but I'm not sure you even want him to start anyway, because Tottenham are going to be a mess for that game on Thursday night. So, like, bin them all. Of the three, the last I'd want to bin is Livramento. You probably got value in him as well. Steve Jones says, hello, mate. Happy birthday for the other day. Would you play Gilmore, take -4 for Gallagher? I'll take the -4, mate. FPL telling Josh, afternoon, James, would you play Gilmore this week, but have Livramento as the only bench option? I mean, I'd still play. I've not put Livramento on the bench in dilemmas, because I thought with Cancelo and stuff, people would be in such a dilemma that they'd just end up playing him. I wouldn't pick Gilmore over Livramento. Or Ronaldo to Watkins for free transfer and bench Gilmore Livramento. Oh, there you go, mate. You've nailed it at the end, that one. Samson Alabi says, is Son available for this game week? I don't factually know, but I'm going to suspect no. Rob Howard says, hello, James. Hope all is well. Thinking depth is crucial. So Ronaldo to Watkins and Allen to either Gallagher, Foden, Mount or Sterling. Who would you go for? Right now, this week, Gallagher. You'll get the value at it at least. And there's good 4 fixtures, and he'll play all of them. John Emil Stein, who would you bring in this week? Jota or Foden? Want to get the other one in Game Week 19, but every chance that I won't be able to do that transfer. I mean, even based on that, Jota's got to be the priority there, mate. Jeremy Kalud, what's your view on the late postponements from a fan perspective point of view? It's unfortunate. Like, I was at Burnley. It's no one's fault. Like, the snow was unbelievable. I'm not sure I've ever seen snow like that. I live a sheltered life in London, admittedly. But it's just one of them things. I understood why the game was postponed. I think yesterday the decision should have been made earlier on Brentford and Manchester United. But we think that there's not that many COVID cases at Manchester United, and I can understand it wasn't a straightforward decision. And we think the training ground's already reopened. So it's nothing like the situation at Tottenham. Nowhere near. We think United have got about 5 players got COVID. Tottenham including the under-23 team, have got about 16. This is completely different. So I think that's why the decision came quite late. But the decision had to be made yesterday. Obviously, if something happens on the day, you can't help that. You know, you wake up in the morning, you go and do your COVID test for training, and 10 players have got COVID. It's unfortunate. It's no one's fault. So I get it. Look, these are different times. It's not ideal. Obviously, it would have been better if Manchester United fans could have had more information. I don't suppose too many travelled to London last night. Some might have, but not many. I think United obviously wanted to put a statement out last night. The Premier League obviously didn't want it to today. I understand United wanted to push for it. Ethan Williams says, no fodder on captaincy picks is a big error. You're so true. I so should have put like Vis Basuma on there or something. Or actually someone playing tonight, like Douglas Luiz. Vivek Gore says, hi James, got 1 free transfer, need 11 playing, got 10 right now. Hi James, got 1 free transfer and need 11 playing, got 10 right now. Which would you choose? Duffy to Cash, Target Young, or Mbeumo to Gallagher? Ethan Williams, no Foden on captaincy. My thinking on that was he's not at 100% and he's not guaranteed solid minutes. I mean, the intel seems to be that it's probably going to start tonight. But you want to captain Phil Foden? Be my guest, mate. Is it that big a deal? I mean, let's be honest. 2 to 10, I could just delete, couldn't I? Alistair Coper says, hey James, I've got Emil Smith Rowe and no bench. Bit worried he won't start. So would you do him to Bowen or roll? Roll, mate. DJ Music Case, please share team news. I've just done a 45-minute stream on team news for my patrons, my friend. Fulano, and I think you know that. Fulano Tao says, hello James, Rafinha or Brownhill, 5th midfielder to Foden. You have the funds after selling Kane and not going to Ronaldo. Also have De Gea. Makes sense to -4 change of Foster to Batman. Who you buying? Foden. -4 it, mate. Get your keeper in. You'll just feel comfortable about life. You can go without, but I'd be moving Brownhill to Foden. That seems straightforward rather than Rafinha. Brownhill didn't even play for Burnley at the weekend, and Sean Dyche doesn't change his team much. Cork played with Westwood. Daniel, hi James, no question, just hoping for the best. Good luck, much love, you too, my friend. Matt Lacking says, evening James, missed the deadline last week and looking to make amends, thinking Reguilon, Kane and Brownhill to Tierney, Watkins and Gallagher for -4. Thoughts, and do you think Reguilon plays? Reguilon's an injury. As far as I know, no COVID issue, but an injury. He got injured against Norwich. He said on Instagram he'll be back in a few days. Who knows? You don't even want it anyway. He's got Leicester away with half a team and then Liverpool at home. You don't even want it. Get rid. Zaris says, will Foden start both next 2 games? He's the Pope Catholic, mate. I haven't got a clue. Let's say yes, just for fun. Jonathan Albert says, how do we know Watkins doesn't have COVID? Heard there were cases at Villa. We don't, mate. Anyone could have COVID right now. I could have COVID. You could have COVID. You could have COVID and you might not even know it, mate. Ollie Watkins was pictured in training yesterday. Doesn't mean he hasn't picked up COVID since. If he has, he has. It's life. What you're going to do, never buy a player because you haven't physically seen them get off the coach before you make the transfer. You've got to do it, haven't you? The Villa issue, I'm told, is mainly staff. As I said, I think one of the left backs might have COVID and maybe one other player. But this was prior to yesterday anyway. Ollie Watkins was pictured in training. There's not been any rumours of any issues today. I've made my transfer early so you can all see my team on the stream. Really, I should have waited till now, shouldn't I? Jonathan Albert says, that's what we've done. Eamon says, should I sell Son at this stage? No, mate. You should have sold him like last week, mate. Yeah, bin Sonny, mate. It's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go. Paul Willis says, hi James, I work in the lab for Public Health Wales. Experts reckon Omicron peak end of January. Ride out the next few game weeks without hits and don't stress about starting 11. Alright, mate. Cheers. James98 says, take a -4 to take out Jota. Just joking, mate. Wish you another solid week. You too. I could have only known that was a joke. Eliezer says, Ronaldo out for Antonio to fund and Boomer to Bernardo Silva or Boomer to Gallagher or Tony out for Watkins. What I needed there was another or, mate, and I'd have felt better. Tony out to Watkins, that'd be like priority 1. Get rid, go, personally. You don't even know the effects of him coming back from COVID, although my understanding is he would have been available for the game this evening. Depends on your bench, but I'd be quite happy with that. Tony to Watkins. And then look again. Can you afford to have Ronaldo and Boomer on the bench? I guess you can't, unless you sell Ronaldo, you can't do the other one. In which case, do the first 2 transfers. But I'd go Gallagher rather than Bernardo at this stage. Cronny says Wilson to Dennis or Watkins. I'm going to say Watkins at this minute. Ryan Quinn, James, great to tune in again. Any thoughts on who to bring in between Gay and Laporte? Yeah, Laporte, mate, if it's affordable. FPL 10, Joshua Marty on benching dilemma. You think he starts? No, but I knew someone would ask. Jamie Labin says, what would you do if you have a wild card left? It'd be very similar to the team that's on the screen. Very, very similar. I mean, Dallo wouldn't be in it, obviously. Conor Gallagher would be in there somewhere. But it wouldn't be that dissimilar to what's on the screen. I've lost my thread, sorry. Rui Vicente, 8th birthday, boss. Cheers. It was yesterday, but I appreciate all the well wishes. Thank you. Only 1 day over 38. Ian O'Neill says, hi James, -8 you recommend worked last week, got 88 points, thanks. It doesn't mean it'll work this week. In a similar spot again this week with Ronaldo, Dallo and Mbumo. Also have Cancelo with triple Brighton. Should I go -8 again? Yep. Smash it out, mate. And Mbumo's got to go. You want to move Ronaldo on, shove the value a bit, keep Cancelo, whatever you do, please. Leon Karasu, best goalkeeper move considering Martinez or Fabianski. Thank you. Not keen on either, mate. What's wrong with Ramsdale? KFC Chicken Army. Is the Tottenham game on? At the moment, yes. Doesn't mean it will become Thursday. Andrew Gondin, play double Watford forwards or bench King and play Smith Rowe. I'd play the Watford boys, mate. Loke Shaw, what is the rationale for Ronaldo out? The rationale is I can buy him back if I want to, mate. The rationale is that he's allowed... I couldn't have made any move without him. The 2 players are bought in, I think, in appearance points make up for the hit. And okay, it might take me another hit to get him back, but I might decide to go on a completely different route. I wasn't overly impressed with what I saw on Saturday. And with the form Mo's in, I'm not sticking the armband on him anytime soon anyway. Jonathan Albert, happy birthday, James. Spurs game off last Sunday was the Premier League's present to you. Saved me. I was obviously meant to go to the Amex on Sunday. Dominic Bird, would you sell Ronaldo and Bissouma to Gallagher and Watkins? Yes. Ian O'Neill, think the -4 Ronaldo to Watkins and Bumo to Jota or Man City midfielder. Leaves me with 1 playing sub. Might go -8 either. Yeah, Jota. Get Jota, mate. I think here you go. Here's a prediction for you. Diogo Jota get hat trick this week from the bench. Oh dear. Can someone respond to? Do me a favour, right? There's one of my patrons. Can you do this? A guy has tweeted me. Derek John Cullen. His name is. That's his handle, right? He sent me a tweet. He said, at Planet FPL Pod, hi James, have you heard anything about whether Region will play on Thursday? Cheers. Could someone go and answer that question and tell him that I'm busy? And best of luck. A man Khan says, hello pal, for a hit, do you think I should go Brandon Williams to cash or get rid of Gundogan for Bernardo? I'm not keen on cash, mate. Fine, Villa got a good couple of fixtures defensively. I think it's too much. If Matty Cash was 4.5, I'm all over it. I think it's a little bit too much personally. Owen Walsh, evening James. Sky FF issue, only McGinn playing tonight. He may have COVID, worth a transfer, just suck it up. Well, you'll get to see the team for Sky, so that's obviously very much a benefit. And if he's playing, I'll just captain him, mate. I think. It's really difficult to answer without seeing your team, obviously, mate. But you probably want a Man City player tonight. You could obviously see the City player. It depends what you're selling as well, right? If you've got some shit still knocking about in the team that you want to get out, who looks like he's not going to play this week, like a Brentford player, for example, get someone in. Andre Augustine says, and Boomer to Bowen, Johnson to Target, and Lecadia to Dennis King for -8. Nah. I'm afraid I can't advise that, mate. I can't advise that. Formulate a different plan that's not got Matt Target. It's too risky as far as I'm concerned. Chris Jago, hi James, will Spurs or Brighton most likely be off? I've covered this near the start, Chris. FPL Invincible, James, thanks for answering my previous question. I bought Gay already, and if I sell Wilson for Watkins, I have to bench one of Antonio, Bowen, King. Well, it's a good job they're all on the bench in dilemmas then, isn't it? Dalton N, hi James, thinking of Ronaldo to Watkins and taking another -4 for Foden. Bernardo will just play Odegaard. Any thoughts? I'd play Odegaard. It's in form, right? Just play him. James Brennan, hi James. Stupidly bought in Bruno last week and already had De Gea. I'm thinking Bruno to Foden and taking Bruno. Do you know what? She went straight over me. And taking a hit on the De Gea points. Can't see it being worth -4 for a keeper. Thoughts, cheers. Yeah, listen, you do not have to have a keeper. That's fairly obvious. You do not have to have a keeper. There's no rule on that saying that you have to have a goalkeeper. And if you don't think it's worth it, don't do it. I decided that I wanted to take the chance because I knew if United was off again on the weekend, I would regret doing it. And to be honest, if United is on at the weekend, which at the moment I think it probably is, then you could argue that it's a mistake. But I've gone for it, mate. Live a little. That's my mantra on it. But in terms of being in Bruno, yeah, that's got to go, mate. It's no justification to have Bruno Fernandes at the moment. Adam Keener says, James, where are the Christmas decorations in the town, mate? James Brennan says, also happy birthday for yesterday. Thank you, James. FPL had says, last week I did Sanchez to David De Gea. This week, will I move him to Ramsdale or do Foster to Batman? I don't know what you're going to do, mate, because I don't have your login details. Go Foster to Batman, especially if it's for free. ZJ, I have Region and I want to sell him, but I don't know who should I buy. Anyone. Start with Kieran Tierney. Birth Media, would you do Emil Smith Rowe to Foden for a hit? Already have Bilva? Nah. Sebo Slice, do you plan on bringing Ronaldo back? The honest answer to that is I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But it could be at the weekend. I look at like Bernardo to Gallagher, Watkins back up to Ronaldo. It might be that I look at King or Dennis to Antonio. Do you know what? The situation's so fucked at the moment. I really haven't overthought it. If I want to get Ronaldo back and take a -4 to get him back, I'll get him back. He might be a sacrifice for Reece James, possibly, with Cancelo back and Livramento having a good fixture. I might go, especially if United's on as well with Dallo, I might go, do you know what? I don't actually need that. Chelsea's fixtures are going to get more difficult. There's loads of ways around it for me to get Ronaldo back. Let's get through the next few days first, right? West MA says, is it worth to do Breuer and Livramento out to Pookie and Soufal from -4 to field 11 players? Nah, not having that, mate. Ben Tyler says, hi James, would you do Sanchez to Batman for a hit due to the COVID rumours? No, we think Sanchez is okay. My understanding is Luke Steele is the one that will miss out. I think Sanchez is okay, mate. Yeah, you shouldn't take a hit anyway when you haven't got the correct information. That's my understanding. Eliezer said transfer out to Gale, just play with 10 players. Again, we've covered this kind of personal information, personal preference. Ian O'Neill, sorry if my questions were something you've done with your own team. I'm just listening while studying for college exams. Prem cancellation is something I could do without this time. Good luck. Listen, the exams are way more important than this shit game, mate. Right? You focus on the exams, and then you can get pissed with your mates in a few years and concentrate on FPL a bit more. I wish you the best of luck, mate. Pushcar says, is a -4 worth it for Foden in, Gundo out? Nah, man. Chris Jago, would the Brighton manager lie about Sanchez fitness in your opinion? Well, I didn't speak to Sanchez. Tommy, I'll stop you, mate. No, it's okay. Ludwig says, evening James, Gundo to Bernardo for a -4. Just hope Gundo plays. Thing is, what happens when you get to Saturday and it's like, oh, maybe Bernardo's not going to play and Gundogan's going to play, just reversing it again. If you want to do it for long-term decision making, fine, make the decision. I'll make it about 12 minutes to deadline, guys. I'm just checking to see if we've got any information on City, which I think's been shared by a few people. We think the team's probably Ederson, Walker, Laporte, Diaz, Zinchenko, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Rodri, Mahrez, Foden, Sterling. We think. We're not saying it is. We're saying we think that's going to be the Manchester City team. I'm just checking to see if there's any kind of late news, which you might think, oh, James, just answer my question. Yeah, but if I got something interesting that I can share with you, I might share it. Probably not. Okay, we're good. Let's do this nice and fast then. Last 10 minutes or so, but begin to get your teams locked in, guys, obviously. Ludwig, evening James, Gunnar to Bernardo for -4. Just hope Gunnar plays. We've just done. Herder to 7. I brought Batman in as backup and played for De Gea as well. Terrific, mate. Good luck. Garlic 25. Sorry about the confusing message, James. Had so many ideas. Good luck this week. I'll find a plan. Good luck to you too, my friend. Francesco says, is there a chance that Ings will start? Of course there is, mate. Stephen Greenwell, thanks for the work, James. Should I be concerned about my double Brighton keepers? Took it on the chin last week. Are they in jeopardy for this game week? Only if the game's in jeopardy. Sanchez should play. WT22, should I keep Region on hope for the best or transfer him out to Cash or Walker for a -4? Move him out. But move Region for a -8, mate, is my opinion at the moment. Ben Willicox, great name. Emil Smith-Rowe or Odegaard, need them to play this week. Well, it's probably going to be Odegaard, isn't it, at the moment? Be a big surprise if Odegaard wasn't in the Arsenal team. Static said, I made the exact same transfer as you. I have Manquillo starting. Would you take another -4 to get Cash to play him instead? Oh my God. I would. Yeah, I'd bin that. Fuck it. You won't get paid straight away, but Cash's 2 points might be better than Manquillo's -1, mate. Kirihura says, Watkins for Ronaldo and upgrading my defence with Alonso or Rudiger for a -4. We'll take the -4 for Watkins and Foden in the mid. Fuck you know. Watkins for Ronaldo, yeah. Yeah, just that one. Livramento to Tierney. I mean, if you can do that for free, I don't mind. I was considering it for a -4 and decided it wasn't worth it. J23, hey James, play Bowen or Smith-Rowe? It's going to be Bowen, isn't it? Lockchaw, why Watkins over Antonio? Question is, why not? I've got the money to buy Antonio to play with Watkins at the weekend if I want now. Don't fancy Antonio to do anything tomorrow night. Joey B93G, evening mate, Foden or Bernard. Plus, there was no way in the world I was going to sacrifice Antonio to go back to Ronaldo. No way. But if I decide to sacrifice Watkins to go back, fine. I'm less bothered. Joey B93, evening mate, Foden or Bernardo Silva this week, intending to bring the other one in next week. Prioritise Bernardo with the value going up then. Chris Jago, I'm tired of those tossers who have the privilege of transferring a playing asset for a playing asset. Dennis and Manfriend, yeah, great. Spicy Turtle, FIFA 22 content. Hi James, so if this has already been asked, do you think the COVID craze makes FPL more fun or less fun with all the quick decision needing to be made? This shit's not fun. I mean, it gives me something else to talk about and doesn't. I mean, hardly anyone's asked me about the benching dilemmas this week. I thought I'd put some shit players up there for you because I figured anybody who had a benching dilemma was in a blessed position this week. No, this isn't a good thing, though. This is a bad thing, mate. Mayor says, hello, James. Any good options you suggest for defenders under 4.8 million? Guess what I'm going to say? We'll do it in unison. 3, 2, 1. Kieran Tierney. Sivu says, King or Dennis? At this stage, it's got to be Dennis if he's going through the middle. But we don't know. It will stay. Guy Green, bench Kane or Rafinha? I'd bench Kane, mate. Rafinha's got a fixture. No, you have to play Harry Kane, mate. FPL Finding Glory, evening James Few. This is just your reminder to take a breath and out. Good luck for FPL on Sky and to you, my friend. Fandrad says, Gundo to Bowen, no bench. Okay, fine. Annick says, I have triple United and double Brentford. Do I take hits? Yes. Kieran Thompson, James to transfer out Livra or Cornet with the doubts on 10 players if they don't play for it. Thinking Silver for Cornet. Yeah, like that. Go Silver in for Cornet, mate. It's fine. Cornet's a big doubt anyway, right? Ashton says, hey James, my team is so shit this week. Have only 7 playing players. What do you think about Johnson to 8 Nori and Gundo to Bernardo? And should I take a further -4 to remove Ronaldo? Again, bench. What position that putting you in, my friend? I guess in obviously as well, that position, if you're saying, then you can take the -4 and you can go back if you want to. If in your position, you need the player that you're getting in for Ronaldo is definitely going to return. That's what you want. Have you got enough faith in the likes of Watkins and the Antonios and the like? Jamie Vardy. I mean, Vardy be great punt this week, honestly. Top. Same with Lukaku. Thursday. It's 2 days away. I can't be buying them players. Jeffrey says, any Aston Villa defender to recommend? I'm really not as keen on it as everybody else is, I must say. Like, I'm backing Norwich to score today and stuff. Conser. I'm not a fan of it. George says 2 of King, Dennis, Antonio, Bowen. Which 2? For what? Start the West Ham players. To buy Bowen and Dennis. Ted Gone Wee says, would you free hit if you had 9 players? Definitely not, mate. Because if I only had 5 or 6 available players this week, I'd desperately be trying not to free hit, honestly. David Hannigan says, best 4.5 million defender, I'm thinking one from Wolves, Spurs or Palace. 8 Nori if you can bear the fixtures, and it's a long-term decision, but they're shit. Therefore, you're better off going with a Palace defender, and then you could go to 8 Nori afterwards. George W says, Vardy to Watkins for a free. That's different. I wouldn't do that, mate. Wouldn't do that. Nah, wouldn't do that. Thomas Lung says, Lukaku for Ronaldo. Yeah, okay, but if it's for free, fine. Maurizio says, -4 to get Foden for Rafinha. I'm not keen. You come this far with Rafinha. You're wanting back in 3 game weeks. Luke Galway, Ronaldo and Tony to Watkins and Lukaku. Would have a full 11 with those. Yeah, fine. Malaya says, I feel like ignoring FPL until January. Lol, this is madness. You might find your rank will take a hit. You never know, your dead team might do great. Toby JB, already taking -4. Is it worth a -8 bringing in Watkins for St. Maximin? Whether if I bring in Watkins, I can only keep for 2 weeks, then go back to Ronaldo. Sounds like a no. On the face of it, do I fancy St. Maximin's return? No. Do I fancy Watkins to return? Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought him. Is it worth the -4 in that scenario? I'm not sure. Fuck it. Just buy the player. The one and only Smith. Cheers for the answer to the question, James. Great content as always. All the best this week, everyone. Get those bench boosts activated. Boom. Hit a bench boost. Please, I'm not going to joke about people hitting the triple captain. I don't want people to do that. You told me not to do it, and Mo Salah got 20 fucking points. Yeah, but I'm thinking sensibly for you. Kian McHugh says, King, Dennis, Rafinha, which 2 start? I think the fixture got to go to Watford players, isn't you? Eliezer, Ronaldo to Watkins and Boomer to Foden for a hit. Yeah. Miles Thompson, hi mate, just signed up Patreon. Boom, thanks Miles. Loving the content. Ronaldo to Dennis for free, or Ronaldo to Dennis and Douglas Luiz to Sterling for a -4. No, not the -4, mate. The free. For me, that's too much money on Sterling. I don't think you need to go that high. I'd honestly prefer it. You don't have to spend all the money. You spend all the money, you're killing yourself. You want Ronaldo back as well, mate. So best thing to do, Miles, honestly, breathe. Go Ronaldo to Dennis, leave the money, and if oh fuck shit, I need Ronaldo back the weekend, you can go back. Josh says, why not captain Jota? Doesn't Salah play more wide with Jota? As opposed to what? Playing centre forward when Firmino's flying down the wing. Gaddy Report says, why no love for Lukaku playing his old club? because he hadn't started a game for about 2 months, mate. Just not enough to feel comfortable, personally. But yeah, I think he'll score on Thursday. Godfrey says probabilities of Danny Ings starting 65%. Adip says in my team Jesus is starting, bench players are Cornet, Ben Davis, Cancelo, rolling the transfer, bringing Foden in the weekend, thanks. Elan says should I take off Ronaldo for Watkins? Yeah, we've been through this a lot. Sidant says Emil Smith Rowe to Foden, Gallagher the preference, Kian McHugh, which two I've done that already. Malaya best Smith Rowe replacement excluding Rafinha, Bowen and Gallagher. Jacob Ramsey. No. At that value, well, I'm guessing you've already got all three of those players. Not Smith Rowe at the moment. Case to say Odegaard, maybe just on a form basis at 5.4. I'm not overly keen on that, to be honest. Not great options. I'd possibly sit on your hands, possibly. Nicholas says Smith Rowe to Jota for -8. It's not -8, is it? What's the rest of them? -4. Yeah, crack on. Mustafa says Bono Antonio, who'd start from these two. It's on the bench and dilemma screen. Yeah! That's below me, mate. You have a wait till it gets round to page 1. They're all in order, left to right. Patrick Winterbottom, play Gallagher or Pookie? Thanks. Play Pookie, mate. No, fuck it. I'd actually play Gallagher. You can't leave Gallagher out with that game. But Caballero and goal for Southampton, you can't leave Gallagher out. In seriousness. It's one of them at the moment. Yeah, I'd pick Gallagher over a number of forwards this week, actually. Thomas Baker says transfer out Ronaldo even though I want him back. For good. Depends. Like, free transfer. Can you sell him and buy him back? Kian says, which two to start? Listen, my friend. Next time... Sidant says keep Smith Rowe or bring in Foden or Gallagher. I already have Salah. Do you have Salah? That's amazing. Jota, Bowen and Silva. You can bring in Gallagher. I'd bring him in. Luke Gilway, Ronaldo and Tony for Watkins and Lukaku -4 would be a full 11. Well acknowledged, Kian. Thank you, mate. Luke Gilway, Ronaldo and Tony for Watkins and Lukaku -4 would be full 11. Yeah, I think we've done that. Freddie Edwards, Evening James, Pookie in for Perica for -4 if it means benching Rafinha. Mate, quick, run and take a screenshot of yourself or take a video of yourself. I'm going to buy a team of Pookie for a -4. No, I can't be having that. Just pay Rafinha, mate. Rafael, Jesus or Watkins, Rich T on a -4 with Rich T. I love that. I prefer a coffee. On a -4 with some Ronaldo money. Livramento, Diaz or Rafinha, Sterling. Diaz. Sidan, I've already done that, mate. Delete that message, please. Andrew says, James, what sabotage have you done on your wife's team this week? Wife! The deadline! It's gone. She's going to have forgot, I bet. Oh no! Why hasn't Ronaldo got a game? Did you see the advice I gave on that transfer last week, though? Worked a treat, Ronaldo. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, the deadline's gone, guys. God, who knew Ollie Watkins was so fucking popular? If anybody's got any non-FPL questions, I am happy to cover them for you up until 6:30 p.m. and then I need a break. As Karma Baby says, pens down. 10IH is locked and loaded. For those whose questions I didn't get to, apologies. For those who've got repeat questions over and over, go back and delete them because I will just go back and delete you. But if you delete them, I'll understand you're acknowledging that you only need to put a question in once. You know what these repeat questions do? It stopped me getting through everyone. Admittedly, my own lack of preparation for my fantasy teams this week did mean that I was a little bit behind, but shit happens. Oh no.
There's an international incident.
Yeah, the deadline's gone, mate.
Oh!
What do you think I'm doing?
I thought you said deadline 6:30.
No, it's now.
Wow, you are the worst husband ever. Wow. Why would you do that to sabotage?
But you know it's Ronaldo's got a good fixture. He's got Brentford. But oops. Right, content rest of the week. Sky Fantasy Football tomorrow. Clash of Correspondence Thursday. Wolves Chelsea with Bradley Parker and Ted Moore rotation FPL. Friday full Gameweek 17 review with Serge. Deadline stream. 10 o'clock in the morning. as long as Manchester United and Brighton goes ahead on Saturday. If not, then I guess it will be 12:30. If it's off, I'm guessing, to be confirmed. Patreon pass. Dan, yeah, it's always my fault. Yeah, absolutely. Oh shit, that's such a bad one. And I did think as well, as soon as you said, I was like, oh shit, let me call. And I looked at the clock and I was like, oh no. Patreon pod still this week. Tottenham quiz on Thursday, provided by Owen Jones on the Premier League 100 Club, and we'll have our Game Week 18 preview on Patreon on Friday for all our patrons. If you want to support the content, you get all the podcasts in December for £3 a month. That's 22 podcasts, about 13p a podcast. As TJ said, the rest of you it's about 36p a podcast. What a deal! Intermediate tiers get all the advanced tier content, which includes another team news live stream this coming Friday. Might be a little bit less stressful than the one that we did a couple of hours ago and stuff, but good fun. If you want to support the content, www.patreon.com/planetfpl. We'd love to have you with us and the 500 plus strong crowd in our community. Right, excuse me. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Carl says, "Oh, worst husband." Oh dear, yeah, shit. Just the dad posting stuff. This is streaming gold. Worst husband, brutal. Oh man, I need some water. I wonder if I got dinner tonight. It's a good job I got fucking Uber Eats. So that's my problem. Uber Eats. I need to fucking delete that shit app as well. Right. Clip it. I mean, anyone can clip that. You know, when you do screen recordings, I notice the sound's often out of sync. I mean, some of us have the video technology to fix that shit, but I can't bother. Someone will do it, I'm sure. Antonino says, woman scorned. Worst husband, says Paul Sweeney. Worst husband ever. On the sofa tonight, Rich. Chance to be a fine thing. Matthew Hall, is the sofa comfortable? To be honest, yes, I'm okay with that shit. FPL Pepsi, James sleeping on the sofa. Sino 69, you're not getting dinner tonight. Dushyant says, you're a decent husband, James. I'd try. I'm arguably a bad husband. I'm a good father though. Karma Baby says quality content. Denny Kaka, for one, thinking to wildcard on Game Week 19, what is your advice? Pick 15 players better than what you've got at the moment, mate. No more FPL, please. I got all weird. Send that in as a question for Friday's podcast. Ryan Walker, someone's on the sofa tonight. Karma Baby, more James domestic drama. Eulogius says elite moment. Oh god, I'm dead here, aren't I? Eulogius says you need someone to stay tonight. We'll be alright. David O'Grady, Andy had his son on, not as fun as James's missus. M1K for quality content. Denny says for one. Wow, fucking hell. Jennings says, Ronaldo has good fixtures. Hugo says, is also Johnson more valued when match postponed? To be fair, look at us laughing now, right? Watch out, like, Watkins gets sent off tonight and I've taken a -4 for him and she leaves him in and he's back available for Saturday. Oh, there'll be my karma, right? Hugo Hansen said, is also Johnson more valued when match postponed? Diaz or Region? Sorry, Hugo, I don't quite understand your question, mate. And the FPL deadline's gone, mate. Shifo says, now the deadline has passed, which game should we swap FPL for? Sky Fantasy Football, mate. Tom Bolton, what was the international incident? That's my wife. I'm sure you can do a rewind. It's me in the doghouse as usual. I think she's starting to play up to the camera now. I think she likes the attention a little bit, you know. I think she's playing up to it. Andrew Francis says, any chance for Sky answer? I'm currently 90 if I've got Rodri and Silva. If they both start tonight, who would you go for? Silva. I'd go for Silva tonight because what I said about the way Roberts played at Chelsea against Jorginho, and he might try and do a similar job on him tonight, and therefore City might miss him out more than usual. So I'd go Silva. Literally an unusual one for Sky in terms of really go for the attacking threat tonight. Atul says, has there ever been a game where goalkeepers played in another position or vice versa just for the lulz? Yeah, remember when David James went up front for Man City last day of the season, 2004-05. Check that out, Atul. FPL Pepsi, didn't think you'd fancy Arsenal this weekend. Do you think West Ham were on a path of regression? Didn't get to listen to the pod today, so sorry if you spoke on it. No, West Ham are doing great. I think it's a close call. Like, to be honest, if If the game was at West Ham, I'd probably have backed them to win. So just a little bit on home advantage, to be honest. Don't think there's a lot between the two teams. I've just gone home advantage on it, to be honest. Arsenal are difficult to beat at the Emirates. Discord in my head, taking a hit has become my weekly normality. How should I help it? Stop taking hits. Essence is best 11 in the Premier League for the season so far. Ooh. Mendy in goal. Luke Shaw chokes. Difficult one. Because although Reece James and Ben Chilwell have had really unbelievable wing-back spells as in FPL, the amount they've missed of games, I'm not sure I'd deem them as season worth in terms of best team of the season so far. So left back has to be Cancelo. Right back will go Trent. Definitely Antonio Rudiger as one of the centre backs. Partner for him. I don't really want to say the obvious ones. I'd say it would have been a shout before the injuries. Kurt Zuma, actually. I mean, it was doing so well for West Ham. Yikes. There's not a load to choose for. Sorry, I'm going to go Diaz. Midfield, Declan Rice. Gotta be. Up front, Harry Kane. No. Do you think Salah should be in this team? Salah, Bernardo Silva in there somewhere. I think, actually, do you know what? I'd put Rodri with Rice at the moment. Rodri's had a very good season. I've been very critical of him in the past. He's had a very good season. Let's go Rodri and Rice, Bernardo, Salah. Who are we having up front? Stick Emmanuel Dennis on one of the wings, shall we? Rather than up front. And Jamie Vardy up front for his sheer consistency. There you go, that'll do. Andrew said she even said sabotage. I'm dead. Garlic, maybe she was watching on YouTube. Garlic said, I panicked, brought in Antonio, Watkins and Bilva for Sissoko, Ronaldo and Tony, but had to bench King because I had to play 3-5-2. Last minute transfers aren't my thing. Good luck, mate. Ragav says, you need to sabotage your team next week and take -16 for. I ain't doing no fucking shit like that. Might need it anyways, to be fair. It's very true, yeah. The thing is, you've got all day to deal with that shit. She knows I'm doing the stream. Yulogul, thoughts on Cooper at Forest? Top of the league since he came, an incredible manager. I mean, they really have had a turn of results. And obviously, I went back and battered Swansea at the weekend as well. Doing really well. Alan Reed says, FPL gods will be kind to her and curse you for that, James. Probably, mate. Yeah, because I have to remind, do I? Yeah. Chris Jargo, what is the average price for pint of lager in Blighty? In South Africa, it's about £1. I'll come to your place, mate. Depends where you go. £4, £4.50 in London. But if you're going to centre of London, more, like £6 or something. Just the dad posting stuff. Uber Eats, I hear you, bro. It's too damn easy now. Yeah, isn't it? No, I blatantly got. I don't want to look at streams of me from like 2 years ago because I'm like, oh, I used to be quite thin. You can see it in my face. I need to fix that shit. But at least I'm having fun. Anthony G, Ronaldo's got a good fixture. Brilliant. Ricky Donahoe, to be honest, when she goes back in and she sees Brighton at home, she'll think I'm right. Ricky Donahoe, if Gallagher moves back to Chelsea and you own 3 Chelsea assets plus Gallagher, would FPL force you to drop one of the 4 Chelsea players you would then own? No, it wouldn't. But when you want to make your next transfer, it would. Wouldn't let you make a transfer unless you sold one of the Chelsea players. So you could keep all 4 of them, but as soon as you want to make a transfer, you'd have to sell one of them. There's never ever been any good idea of being a clever dick about that, honestly. The only time I could think that would work would be a situation where it was the end of the January transfer window or something, and I don't know, City had a double game, someone had a double game week or something. You find 4 and then you sell one of them or something. It never works. Denny says, for one, thinking of Denny, I had this question so many times, mate. Please. Alan Reed, I've gone Alan to Sterling and Captain TA. Let's make FPL fun again. No goalkeeper. Good luck, Alan. Andrew Francis, thanks, buddy. Appreciate the response. Great content as always. You're very welcome. One on done says, when Ings over Watkins made him vice captain, Waiting for it to bite me on the backside now. Lol. Sidant says, -4 for Backman from Steer since De Gea not playing. Deadline's gone, mate. James Heard, morning, just woke up. Have up any other games been cancelled at this stage? Not as yet, mate. Joe Philly had a worst 11 of the season so far. Oh, that's much more fun, isn't it? Goalkeeper. Who's had a shocker in goal? Who's had a shocker in goal? Let's go for Burnt Leno. That feels harsh. I think the players who played Gameweek 1 are no longer there. That's too harsh. I'm going to say... Well, I don't think any goalkeepers have real disasters this year. I'm going to pick someone who's actually been playing every week. I'm going to say Pickford. I feel horrible saying that. Right back Matt Doherty for like a 15-minute appearance or so. It was great against Norwich when he came on last week. And he fell out mid-chair. Actually, it wasn't great. He just made like 3 successful passes or something. That's really difficult to think, looking at all the teams and stuff. I tried. It's almost better if I look at teams and go, right, you've been terrible. Aubameyang, we put him in the list. Obviously, you can put Harry Kane in the list. You can put who else? It must be some more Tottenham players you can put in there. It's Davinson Sanchez. Put Davinson Sanchez in there. Fuck's sake, put him in. Disasters. No one at West Ham. Wolves. Should we stick Traore in there? Because he was going to be a thing, wasn't he? Let's stick Adama Traore in there. Truce to Kong at Watford. You like that shout, wouldn't you, Joe? Let's go Truce to Kong and Cathcart. Danny Rose at left back. I must be close to a team now. Cole JB, Ronaldo out in Sky or hold in hope of... at the plan at the moment, Cole's hope. It's not hope, hold. Shares B, FPL players will stop playing if in this week's Salah benched and City game cancelled. Okay, terrific, mate. Thanks for your amazing insight. Hugo Hansen, can Havertz more play after Christmas? He's 200-point potential among expert. Did many manager wrong? Also, if they can. I feel like some of them words are in the wrong order, Hugo, but thanks for your question. TJ Powell, please don't remind me of the Forest game when to murder Hamo. I know, because you asked me that on the Patreon pod. GM Stores, mate, I've got 3 United and Bumo and Cancelo. Good luck, mate. Jonathan Nagy dropped off asleep for a few minutes, woke up to a woman shouting, was so confused. GM Stores and Keenan Davis on the bench. Mr. Anderson, do you think Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka will get their spots back, or they will stick with Dalot and Telles? Difficult to say. I think Dalot and Telles probably would have played again this week. I think Luke Shaw definitely will. Wan-Bissaka's less clear. And it also depends on the system they stick with, which I'm not convinced. I think that concerned Ralph Rangnick, what he would have seen the other night at Norwich. Johnny H says, hi James, I love what you do here. Who do you think is getting promoted from the Championship this year? Fulham and Bournemouth and West Brom in the playoffs. It's quite boring, that, isn't it? Atul says, thoughts on Bruno Lage so far? Doing okay. I think the football they're playing is better generally on the whole. The lack of goals is concerning. I would almost never look at an attacking Wolves player at the moment till that changes. Defensively, they'll come into thinking in a few weeks. Oh, he's doing absolutely fine, mate. Absolutely fine. Interesting to see how they navigate these difficult fixtures. They've been unlucky to... I said they've been unlucky. The right team won the 2 games between Liverpool and Man City, but the circumstances obviously very disappointing for them. But I think they're doing absolutely fine, mate. I know it's your team. I think they're doing fine. Dan L says, thanks for all the hard work, James. Good luck, and I hope your arrow is green. I've had 4 red in a row, so man, I could do with 1 this week. Much love. Good luck. Will Wood, feel privileged I was able to roll this week. Alex Ball, hello my friends, this is Moynell, just on a dog walk here in New Zealand, just tuned in. What moves did you make, James? I went from Gunnarsson, the Brentford reserve goalkeeper, to Daniel Backman, and I went from Ronaldo to Ollie Watkins. Left the money in the bank, -4, and let's get through this week and see what happens. Immortal Technique says, hi James, Star Wars or Star Trek? Wars, but not big on either, to be honest. Thanks, guys. I'll leave it there. I'm now off to find out if I need to get an Uber Eats and if I need to book a hotel for the evening. But it's been emotional. Sky Fantasy Football podcast for you tomorrow. Remember, guys, if shit gets postponed and stuff, it's out of your hands. Nothing you can do. Just try and enjoy the football. Let's keep safe. Remember to be nice to each other. Have a good week. We'll speak again soon. Ciao for now.